Now, this can change very quickly, but Cardano just hit $2.18. And in the intro of this video, all I want to say to all of you Cardano holders, congratulations. What is up, everyone? Welcome to Crypto Capital Venture. Hit the subscribe, hit the like on the way in. It's a live stream. It's an all-time high live stream. There it is on the charts. Now, as I'm starting the live stream, let's see how quick ADA just tanks. You know the story, everybody. I do a video during pumps and Cardano falls. Hit the like on the way in, everybody. I appreciate you cruising by for this live stream. I appreciate your support. This is, you know, it's late where I am. I was just out hanging out, bonfire. My phone actually died, and all of a sudden Cardano's moving, and I'm like, I got to do a live stream. Here we are. So this is what the hourly chart looks like. I want to dig into it. I will always preface these pump videos, these all-time high videos with this. And that is to say, be very careful out there, everybody. If you've been in Cardano long enough where you're like debating taking profits, you're trying to think about those things. Truly, these swing highs, they don't go on forever. And, you know, I've been in crypto for years, and that is just the most constant, consistent fact that if you've been around too, you know, these are nice moves, but these are stepping stones. And just as easily as these things go up, they can come down, and you want to be ready for that. So plan accordingly. We're going to talk about that, what a downside move looks like, what upside moves looks like. But, you know, I tweeted this in February 28th, and I just tweeted earlier about a video I was doing at like 9 cents or something. And it's just been a crazy story for Cardano. And this tweet is something I want to preface this technical analysis with. Out of nowhere, Cardano flies through $2, continues pump to 225. Twitter's going crazy. I mean, I could have put 218 because Twitter going crazy at 218. ADA then retraces to $1.80. Bears call for 75 cents. Days later, ADA continues back through 2, through 3, through 4, through 5. So it's exactly what I said in the intro. Stepping stones. We get these crazy moves, right? In that tweet, I said 225, and then we're coming back to $1.80, I said. That is the type of move when I tweeted that I envisioned, because this is what happens all the time in crypto. So I think that was a monthly chart. I'm gonna visit that monthly chart. I put in the post. Somebody said that Charles responded. So I tweeted about interviewing Charles. My phone, I literally just charged it. It's been dead all night, but I'll have to go check that out. Did he really reply, everybody? So I put in the title of this video, smart contracts. I've been just talking about this nonstop with just my friends that are in Cardano as well. I'm telling you, everybody, testnet, going into smart contracts. If you've been watching my technical analysis, I just always talk about the weekly. I have this weekly chart open. I have what we see here on the screen in terms of price, right? Going into smart contracts, we know what happened going into Mary hard fork. We know what happened going into Shelly hard fork, right? That testnet vicinity of the charts. And here we are again, after consolidation, after Mary hard fork, going into smart contracts. A lot of volatility on the way, for sure. And we're going to have to track that on the more short-term basis. But what I want to talk about is what that volatility might look like along the way and why it's good to prepare mentally. And I was literally outside talking about Cardano, everything going on within the ecosystem with my neighbor who's in Cardano. And I literally said, sometimes I get very short-sighted. I don't zoom out enough, right? I think about this in terms of cycles and bull cycles and stuff, but do you realize the generational changes that Cardano is bringing into crypto, into this world on a global scale? Like, I don't zoom out on that enough. I really don't. And it's absolutely insane. So let's talk about the technicals here. If we're starting to dig into the charts, we know the weekly just looks solid. We go to the daily. I want to point this out, and this is incredibly important. Overextended now from this blue line, the 50-day moving average, 50% plus, 50 to 60% overextended. That's always an area where you kind of want to just be like, all right, you know, cool your jets a little bit, settle down a little bit, because, you know, we always need consolidation. You know, good example is actually when we were making a move out of this ascending triangle back here, overextended 68 to 70%. And then look what happened. Boom, throwback all the way back down. Not only a throwback, but just consolidation into the 50-day moving average. That's what we want to see. We have to always allow room for that. So I don't know if the swing high here was 218 or not, or, you know, I don't know if that was where it's going to end on the short term. But if it does, you know, consolidation, bringing this 50-day moving average into that 50-day moving average for continuation is something you always want to see in really any market, but in particular, in this case, higher highs, higher lows in a bull market. We want to see that sideways consolidation. It consolidated here, right? Sideways, being pulled into that 50-day moving average. That is good. So as we evaluate that gap here between 50-day moving average and where ADA price actually is right now, important to note that. So that's that. This is, I'm not going to show a clip, but this is from a few days ago. We were talking about this area, this higher high 1618 area on the charts, and it was kind of cruising up to the $2 range. And going to that 6-hour chart, here are the two areas. And I want to chart it because this is something that I'm watching right now. It was a midterm 1618 swing high to swing low. And if we chart that line, I'm just going to use just a brush just to chart that 1618 midterm right around 196. And then we had a short term, which was this last swing high here to this swing low. And then we had this short term one. Remember, we were talking about gravity kind of pulling Cardano into this general vicinity. So that's a $2.05 Cardano. So 196 to 205, and Cardano has basically entered and broken through that area, right? So I just talked about this area in a video today. Talked about visiting this area. How does Cardano interact? Well, that's how it interacts. On the very short term now, I want to flip that and look at that area as support, 196 to 205. If Cardano retraces, that's a very interesting area for me on the charts for Cardano right now. But this is a very new move happening right now. So, you know, what kind of separation we get from that area is important to evaluate in how long we can actually talk about this area for support. But at the very least right now, we have a daily candle, right? Actually, this is a 6-hour candle. Same with the daily, but we have a 6-hour candle. We have 2 hours left. I'm really curious to see where this current 6-hour candle closes. It could be a situation where we get an extremely ugly red 6-hour candle in this resistance. Going into tonight, it's something I'm going to be watching for. Is this 1618 range, these two 1618 range, the midterm one, which is right here, $1.96, to the very short-term one, 205. So that's that. Now, the move that's actually happening before our eyes right now, this is literally from a video earlier tonight. And I was talking about this move right here, inverse head and shoulders. There, you can see on the screen, there is the 1618 range of resistance. I talked about the move potentially happening for Cardano to break that. Let's take a quick look. And this is a breakout target like 210, 215. It's a very small inverse head and shoulders. This could be the momentum the bulls need. You know, the bears kind of failed here. They failed here. They failed here. Right now, we're slightly above a neckline area. But even in this hourly candle, you can see Cardano struggling right now, exactly at this 1618. Remember, this is so I'm telling you, I was watching that 1618 and it was struggling. Look at that candle. But this was the setup for Cardano to break through. And if we go to the hourly chart now, you can see that happening, right? So I don't have that 1618 range, but we can just, you know, we can put it there. It's like 205, whatever, 196. Boom. There's the resistance that we were tracking. I think this was probably, was that the candle? This was probably the candle in that video, maybe. But here it is, right? Inverse head and shoulders type of setup for Cardano. Breakout to the target, 215, in that video. Hours ago, really, not that long ago. And so as we trade really right at the target area of this inverse head and shoulders, this is kind of what I'm watching on the short term. And that's why I'm really interested to see what happens with this 6-hour candle, right? Because the 6-hour candle, you know, as I do the video, seeing resistance right at the inverse head and shoulder target, just above this resistance area. And I want to see, can Cardano continue to see upside, meaning we're getting separation from the resistance area, and we're actually breaking our target of the inverse head and shoulders. So often, so often we hit targets. It doesn't matter if it's a macro target on the zoomed out charts, or in this case, a very zoomed in target. So often we see resistance and at the very least, sideways trading potentially on this hourly chart before continuation. But right now, potential resistance happening at this short-term inverse head and shoulders target. 3,200 people here on a Saturday morning at 12:03 a.m. Appreciate all of you, each and every one of you. Smash that like button for those YouTube algorithms. So that's that. That's where we are, like currently as I do this video, and we have to watch this now at this resistance at 215. But there's a couple things I want to talk about, which is if we get resistance, what does that potentially look like? So I always think of it in a matter of kind of two ways: a very short term retracement to the downside, and more of a midterm trickle down, painful, type of move. And I want to talk about those two types of moves. One thing that I want to note on this chart is if we zoom out here, we were tracking this head and shoulders, right? Potential head and shoulders. We talked about it. We tracked it the other day. We talked about how it failed to break this neckline to the downside. We talked about this busted head and shoulders, meaning we're coming back up. We're not breaking down, which head and shoulders do. And we're actually breaking the head, the height of the head and shoulders right here, breaking above it, and seeing at least a 10% move from that high point. And look, you can see the move happened. We have a busted head and shoulders for Cardano. And so this is why we use the technicals. We were tracking that pattern, the busted head and shoulders. We actually had Cardano break that high point, come back down and test that high point, the head back here, for support. And this was the setup. And interestingly enough, as we tested the head and shoulders high back here, we were actually putting in the head of an inverse head and shoulders for the breakout to the 215. So the technicals, everybody, this is why I do it. I know there's a lot of people, which I don't know why they would click a video that talks about technical analysis, but there's a lot of people that, they just don't think it works, but it does. I mean, at the very least, in this very volatile crypto space, it gives us data points so that we can make the best decision. So that's why we do it. And in this case, it's happening live, 215 resistance, the target of the inverse head and shoulders. So what you do with that data, 100% up to you. I don't sit here and tell you what you should do. Everybody's portfolio is different, but this is what I'm tracking now to the downside. Two areas. Let's talk about it. Swing low right here. That is the head of the inverse head and shoulders. To swing high resistance, wherever that may be here in the very short term. Right now, it's right around 218, right around 218. We have a Fibonacci pullback area of support, 195 to right around $1.88. And I know, everybody's all hype. Cardano's above $2. In my mind, and this could be, I mean, Cardano might never, ever fall below $2 again. But in my mind, I'm always thinking downside. I'm always ready for downside. And I think that's just something that, this last bear market especially may have ingrained in me. But it's been the most powerful tool that I've had, which is anticipating the dips, being prepared mentally for them so you're not freaking out. And there's technical tools that allow you to find support. So to the downside where Cardano is, it's an 8 to 12% move. We've seen that happen in like seconds. So that's nothing. This is a short-term pullback area. It doesn't really mean there's any type of trend reversal or anything. A lot of times that could signal, if we get support at that area, continuation for Cardano. So, it sounds counterproductive to talk about a 10% to 15% dip being bullish, but this is just how the charts play out. This is just what happens in these moves of higher highs and higher lows. And you can see right now, Cardano falling as I do a live stream. That's just great, right? I couldn't have started the live stream here as we're getting a pump. So that's the first area of support I think you want to be aware of. And then the second area of support is more of a midterm, meaning it's one of those painful scenarios. We're coming all the way back down. You know, you're looking at the charts stemming back from so long ago. I mean, we're talking 3 whole days ago on May 12th. And you believe that $1.47, we were just going through that, and we just hit 218. But we're in that environment, right? Cardano's coming all the way back down to earth. And, you know, you're looking at the charts and you're like, come on, I thought Cardano was going to the moon. Like, I thought we were on our way to $3. This is that scenario. Swing low to that swing high resistance. Cryptos are falling. Bitcoin's probably falling, right? If this happens, we have this area, because now I have to get rid of this other smaller Fibonacci so that you can see this. We have this green area, more midterm type of trickle down area, $1.72 to $1.60. What amazes me is that I'm sitting here talking about Cardano entering that type of area as support. We're talking about if Cardano were to dip right now, 20 to 25%, it's still at $1.60. Are you kidding me? And this all stems back to Cardano's bullish. Cardano's building. Cardano's innovating. Cardano's solving technical challenges that the space, the crypto space has. No, I never want to come off as like negative, talking negative about Ethereum, but dude, like $400 gas fees to swap a token, just things like that. And Cardano's is coming in at a technical level. IOHK, the team at IOHK, building things at a technical level that are just out of this world. But not only that, not only changing technical things, but changing global things, changing lives type of things. And we've seen what happened in Africa. So I have to go. I'm going to go right now on my live stream I have to go to this because I tweeted earlier, and a lot of you are saying that. Let me see. I tweet a lot. Maybe I should cool down on my tweets. I said it would be cool to have Charles come on the channel, though my understanding is he may not feel the same way. I'll keep trying. And I'd like to talk about how Cardano ecosystem is prepped to become the launchpad of innovative things we still haven't even imagined. Because this is the type of stuff that like me and my friends talk about. Like, what is getting ready to be built on Cardano? And as an entrepreneur, these things intrigue me. As a person that kind of has a heart, I just want to serve people. I want to think about things and ideas. What can Cardano provide for those types of things? So everybody's saying that Charles replied to this, but I don't see it anywhere. I don't see a Charles reply. I feel like he would be at the top. Somebody help me in the chat. I don't see it. Oh, look, somebody snapshot it. He said, all right, I'll come on. I think. Boom. Is that? I feel like that's photoshopped. Dude, that's epic if that's real. I can't find the actual comment though. It's ridiculous. I'm sorry, everybody. I'm doing a live stream and I'm like just on Twitter hanging out. Let's see. Tweets and replies. Come on, Charles. Dude, he did. That's epic. All right. So Charles agreed. He's going to come on. And dude, it will be a valuable, awesome chat. Like, I know it will be. And that like makes me very happy. That's so sick. So, and that's true. I mean, like, this is the type of stuff I want to talk about. This is the type of stuff I'm thinking about. I know I cover price. I know I do. But man, I appreciate all of you cruising by. I can't believe there's almost 5,000 people here on a Saturday morning, 12 a.m. Cardano is bullish, everybody. If you're a Cardano holder, it really is. It's a good day for everybody. I appreciate all of you. I'm very happy for all of you seeing the gains, experiencing all-time highs in this very crazy volatile crypto space. I really, truly think the best is yet to come. Smart contracts on the way. And I encourage you, if you're out there, and I know so many are, like I just know, I get so many DMs. If you're an entrepreneur, start building, everybody. Start brainstorming. It's an open canvas in crypto. And Cardano, the tool that it provides to do ridiculous things, world-changing things, ideas that we haven't even thought of yet, are just, it's so exciting. So I got to go relax. 12/12, you know the story, everybody. Support to the downside is there. Just be ready for it. Let's see if there's continuation. We hit exact resistance right at 215. You know, we said 210 to 215 was the target area for the inverse head and shoulders. It kind of played out that way. Let's see if we can break above it. It could be a very parabolic move to the 230s if it happens. Hit the subscribe, everybody. I appreciate the super chats I saw coming in. The chat moves so fast. I need to like slow it down because I can't even read. Hit that like on the way out because you know I appreciate it as we grow this channel. Have an awesome, awesome day. I'll see you all in the next video. God bless.